Hi, Maddie.
Hi.
Thanks for coming down to my office today. How are you doing?
Good.
Good. Had a good day? Good. Okay. Well, I know there's a couple of things you kind of wanted to talk about. So before we jump into those, I want to go over just a couple of things with you, okay? First of all, you need to know that this video is to help me become a counselor. I'm a master's student through Creighton University. And this video is just to help me practice the skills I need to become a counselor so I can get credited as one, okay? The only people that are going to see this video are me and my professors and maybe some students in my class, but nobody else. Second thing we need to talk about is confidentiality. And I know we had kind of previously talked about it in before, but let me just review it with you. It means that what is said in this room stays in this room between me and you unless you want to tell someone else. It also means that if there's something I feel like needs to be told to mom and dad or other teachers, I'll ask you first and then we can talk to who needs to be talked to. The only reason I would break that confidentiality is if you told me you were going to hurt yourself or someone else or somebody else was going to hurt you, and then I would have to talk to staff administration or someone outside who can help us with the situation, okay?
Okay, but I would never hurt myself or hurt anyone else.
I know. You would never ever do that because you're way too good for that. So the other thing I want to review with you is just how this works. So I'm going to ask you a lot of questions. Some of them are going to be difficult, but that's okay. We'll answer them together. There will be notes taken while we're doing this. I'll write down some stuff that you tell me. And then we're also going to write a message at the end, me just telling you some of the things that I think you're doing really good at, and then we'll kind of come up with your goal and how we can reach that, and then you can write me a message just saying, anything that you want to tell me, really. Okay? Everything makes sense?
Yep.
You ready? Okay, so last time we had kind of talked about your grades. So how are your grades going? How's your goal going?
Good, except the part where on language arts and reading, I grew about 5 points on both.
Okay, and that was for testing that you did?
Maps testing.
Maps testing. And what goals did you have for testing?
Well, my goal was for language arts was 216. Wait, no, not 216. 207 for reading, and language arts, I forgot what my goal is, but I know my benchmark, and that's 216, like I said.
Okay. So didn't quite do as well as what you were hoping for.
Mm-mm.
Okay. So what? You have more tests coming?
Our math test is Wednesday.
Okay. Do you know your goal for your math test?
Not yet. I was just looking at language arts and reading.
Okay. So maybe our goal or what we want to achieve is just doing benchmarking on our math test this week when we're doing it.
Yeah.
Okay. So that could be our goal. We're going to benchmark. We're going to benchmark on that test. So let me ask you kind of our crazy question that we asked last time, our miracle question. If you went to sleep this week and woke up and you had benchmarked on all your tests, everything was good, grades were good, what kind of things would be different? And you didn't know about it till you woke up. What would be different for you?
At recess, all my friends would be following me around. It would freak me out a little bit because they could be so close to me where they would never leave my side.
Why would they do that?
Because they're either proud of me or whatever other reason.
Okay, so your friends would be proud of you? What else would be different? What would you be doing differently?
I'd be happy for myself.
What kind of actions would you be showing besides just happy?
I'd be showing I care. I don't like to brag about it. I'd be kind to everyone no matter what. I'd be proud of anybody if they didn't get their benchmarks.
Okay, so you'd be happy and show that you care and proud of your friends no matter what they did. How would your friends be acting, do you think? What would be different with your friends?
They'd be acting really happy for me. They would always ever since the math testing's been going on, all my friends have been rubbing my back.
Why are they rubbing your back?
I don't know. It's just too weird.
Okay. Is that something that maybe, if that bothers you, you need to ask them to stop doing?
No.
Okay. Maybe is that something they're doing to encourage you?
Yeah.
Okay. So your friends would be happy for you and maybe giving you some extra attention?
Mhm.
How about your parents? What do you think they'd be doing differently?
I think they'd be doing differently. They'd be they wouldn't have known after school, so because Mrs. Schools would text them after school no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
And once I got home, we would go on a bike ride like we did yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And we go and my mom would follow me. My dad can't go on the bike rides anymore because he is doing something nice for me with his bike.
Oh. So you'd be spending some extra time with your family?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you'd be going on bike rides and doing some fun stuff like that. How would you be acting towards your parents?
More responsible. Already kind of a little bit of responsible, but I'm not that much responsible.
So you would be responsible by showing them that you could get good grades?
Yeah.
Yeah, which would help show them you can be responsible at home.
Yeah.
So, and what kind of actions at home would you be doing that show you're getting good grades and being responsible?
I would be showing that I care about everybody. That's about it.
That's what you'd be doing at home. You'd be showing that you care about everybody.
Yeah.
That's what shows that you're responsible.
And I would help more.
What about with your grades? What actions would you be doing to show you're responsible with your grades?
That I would be doing more things. My dad, Saturday, my dad asked me to fold his socks for $5. I was folding his socks no matter what.
Well, that's nice of you.
So,
Okay, what about your schoolwork? What actions would you be doing with your schoolwork?
I'd be taking my time on everything.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I can have anything else.
Would you be taking anything home with you?
For all my other work, I would be really speedy, and the things that I would take home with me would be probably very good grades.
Right. Would you take anything home to work on?
Yes, my social studies test. We haven't been doing social studies for a little while, but on chapter 8 social studies I got 100.
Mm-hmm.
On my first and second test I got hundreds also of the whole chapter.
Awesome. So you've gotten a couple hundreds lately on your tests. That shows that you are working hard to get those grades up a little bit before school's out, huh?
And I mentioned that I got 100 on my social studies in the last session.
Mm-hmm. You did, but these are new hundreds that we didn't talk about, right?
Yep.
Perfect. That's exciting. So you've been working hard. That shows me that you're trying really hard to get that number up. So tell me about if you if you thought back to these hundreds that you've gotten the last couple of days or the last week or so, so that shows me that your miracle happened, probably just a little bit. So how do you think that miracle happened? What actions did you do to get that miracle to happen?
I showed that I was more helpful, I was more caring, and that I did more hard work.
What'd you do at school to help you get those hundreds?
I think what I just said.
You were more caring, hard work, but what specific actions in class did you do?
Like taking my time, helping anybody if they ask.
Mm-hmm.
Mrs. Googles would ask me to help somebody if they didn't get it.
What were you doing to show your teacher that you were taking your time?
Everybody else was rushing on their math test, and I'm the only one who passed it.
You're the only one who passed it.
Me and Shaylin and Avery.
Okay. So what specifically were you doing when you were working on your test that helped you pass it?
I was like, it's not really an open book test, but my teacher let us use this purple sheet that helped us like see what words and what vocabulary things we were doing in math. But now since we're on step up to 5th grade, there's none of that, and we don't have any tests.
Oh, gotcha. So you got to use, your teacher gave you some helps to use on that purple sheet, gave you some things to use, and you used it, obviously, because you got 100. Did you do any?
Well, I necessarily didn't get 100. I got a 98.
That's still pretty good, though, right?
Yeah.
Better than it was? Good.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got a 98 because we were using the helps. The little clues that your teacher gave you to help you get there. And that means you were trying harder, which is great. So that's something we can keep in mind, that maybe that miracle did happen just a little bit, right? So now, today, I think last time we put you at an 8.
Yep.
And on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the worst ever, grades are terrible, and 10 being the best ever, what number do you think you're at today?
I would be at about a 10.
Think you're a 10 today? 10's pretty perfect. Are you sure about that?
Yes.
10 today, you feel like you're really getting your stuff done?
Yeah.
Fantastic. So what kind of things do you think helped you get to that 10?
I would say working harder. And basically taking my time.
Taking your time, working hard and taking time. That's awesome. I'm proud of you for doing that, for slowing down and realizing that you needed to do that. Okay? So just saying, even though we said 10 was perfect, do you think that you could do anything else that could get you any higher on our number scale?
Well, it's a scale from 1 to 10.
I know. But what if we were really high overachievers and we wanted you to get an 11? Is there anything else you could be doing?
I would just be like reading through the questions carefully. If it's like a passage and things,
right?
I would read it once, then read it again if I don't get it, and then I would answer it. But then after that, I would read it 2 more times to make sure it's right.
So something we could be doing to get us up to 11 is reading things over and over again, like you said, not just once, but reading them a couple of times to make sure you understand them.
Yep.
And then utilizing any of those little helps that your teacher is giving you to use, right?
But math is basically like reading because you have to read equations, so it's basically like reading, but they're word problems.
Gotcha. So are there any distractions that get in your way when you're doing those tests? Because those are kind of a big deal.
Yeah, this morning during our reading test, the fire station and the ambulance were like going past.
Okay.
And it kind of bugged all of us who were testing.
What are some things that we can do? What if there are some loud noises? What is something you can do to help you refocus?
I should get things where you can't even hear anything.
Like maybe some headphones?
Yeah.
Is that what you're thinking of?
Well, we had headphones, but you could still hear through them. So really deep earplugs.
Gotcha. So maybe we could find a way to cancel out the noise. What happens if your classmate distracts you? What could you do then?
I would ignore the distractions, like one of our character traits.
I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah.
Where we just ignore it and we keep going instead of letting that person bother you.
Uh-huh. And I would be taking ownership of my actions.
Nice.
Because if the teacher caught me doing something, and if the teacher caught the other person, and the other person says it was me, I would just take the blame because I don't really want to argue with the teachers.
You don't want to argue. Okay.
Because
well, I don't want you to take blame, but make sure you're just staying on task, right? That's what we want you to do. Take ownership of what you're doing and make sure you're focusing on not being distracted.
I didn't really necessarily take like the decision of it, but like she saw both of us doing it.
Oh. But you took your ownership for what you did, right?
Yeah.
Good. That's good that you take ownership for your actions.
But the other person did not.
Oh.
He said I was doing everything.
Well, you just, I guess, have to worry about yourself. Huh? You did the right thing. Okay. Well, it sounds like you're doing super good on working hard and doing the things that you want to accomplish to get your grades up. You know you have another test coming up that you know you're going to take your time on. You're going to read it slowly, repeat it, so you know that you're reading through the questions and understanding what you're doing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is there anything else we need to talk about?
No.
Okay. Sounds like you've had some improvement since last week, so that's awesome. So the last thing we're going to do then, Maddie, is we are going to write that message. So we're going to take just a minute here and write that message really quick, okay?
What is the message about?
You can write anything you want to me, like goals that you have or things that you think you did good or anything you want me to know, okay? All right, Mad, you ready?
Mm-mm.
Okay, I'm going to read mine to you while you're finishing up, okay? Can you multitask?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, mine says, Maddie, I'm so proud of you for taking your time and slowing down on your tests. You are so impressive for getting those 95s and 100s that we talked about on your most recent tests, and you seem like you really know what you want to get on your upcoming MAPS tests, and you have a goal, and you're going to really try hard to meet your goal. So because you want to continue to improve and because you are trying really hard to get better grades on your next test, I want you to focus really hard when your test comes up to do exactly what we talked about, slowing down and reading carefully and just being careful with your time, okay? And then we'll meet next week and see where you're at. Sound good?
Yeah.
Okay. You're doing awesome. I love it.
Okay, I'm done.